It's actually broken down into 6 steps. The first step is like the planning phase. And what the planning phase is, the engineer will then design the type of fire alarm system according to the AHJ or according to NFPA 72, the minimum requirements for that specific building or classification, or that classification type, I want to say. Then once we design the fire alarm system according to the NFPA, we then submit that to the fire department. And when we move to step 2, submitting that to the fire department, then that goes through tech management, and then it also goes through plan review. So now this person is actually looking at the plans. He's making sure, okay, this specific building type, let's say if it's retail. So if it's retail, that means it's mercantile. Okay, so now I'm looking at this specific space that's retail that I know they're going to be selling clothes. I'm going to be looking if they have adequate coverage for this specific application. And if it's good, I'll approve it with my stamp. If it's not good, I'm gonna give them a rejection and then tell them why it's not good. Whatever they have to correct, maybe you need protection, maybe I want another smoke detector here, maybe use the wrong wires, whatever the case may be, the plan examiner will write down whatever the recommendations are. You, as the engineer, correct them and resubmit for approval. Once you answer your objections and you get your approval, then and only then you are able to start fire alarm installation. I know out there a lot of customers want to get their installation done right away, but you have to follow the process. You need to have a permit in order to start installing the fire alarm system, because if anything happened, then that's on you, Mr. Fire Alarm Guy. So make sure you have approved plans before you run any wire, drill any hole, or mount any conduit. You have to express that to the customer that you need approved drawings before you start any drawings. You don't want to be liable for anything. So once you get the approval, you can start the installation. Once you get the installation going, get it done, at that point within how I do it is by mid-project, usually in the beginning it's already done, but by mid-project I have the information for the central stations. By that time, I met with the owners, I can get some signatures, I can let them know that they're getting central station, who I'm going to be building, and things of that nature. Then I create the central station account. So by the end of the installation, the central station is active, the system is installed 100%, tested, not even approved yet, but 100% tested to the central station. I have a report that every device has been tested. That once that is done, we will request for the final inspection. And once we get the final inspection, inspector come out, do his due diligence, his or her due diligence like we did, verify that the system works all the way through to central station. They're getting the correct signals. They're sending out the trucks when they need to send it out. And once the inspector deems that everything is okay, you get your letter of recommendation and your fire alarm approval. We've done this about 40 times since we have been in business for the past 10 years. And when it comes to getting systems approved, and what customers don't understand, that this is not a quick process. It takes at least 6 to 8 weeks. Once you get your design right, the engineers say, hey, I'm good, and we do that submission. That's almost 2 months before they even get back to us, before they let us know if we messed up or not. So a lot of times the customers don't even know that. So before you even start to run any wires, it may be even 3 or 4 months before you get into that building. So make them aware of that. We're going to go into some maintenance, and I want to give you 3 reasons why you have to maintain your system properly. If you don't, there's going to be high fines for the fire department. They're going to be coming out there. They're not going to like it. They're going to be sending you to court. These fines are very, very expensive. So you don't want to give the fire department free money unless they need it. So 3 reasons why you want to maintain your fire alarm system: because it protects lives and ensures the occupant safety. So now if you have systems out there, I've met techs that put resistors on end of the line of certain things, and now we have an area that's disabled and not working, and in the event of something goes off in that area, there's no annunciation, there's no detection, there's no anything. So now that's a liable. Oh my goodness. You don't want to do that. Don't be that guy. If you can't fix it, let them know. Just be honest. You don't know how to fix it. You have to escalate this up to another technician who can come out here and fix it. I'm sorry. Whatever the case may be, don't sit there and think you can fix stuff and put in resistors, acting like you're fixing and you're really not fixing. Just be honest with yourself. You'll learn. It took me 10 years. So, you know what I mean? Take your time with it. Also, when you comply with legal requirements, you get low insurance break, especially if you got a working fire alarm system, and it prevents property damages and minimize business loss. Like I said, if the detection goes off before a blaze of fire get out and the fire department get there before fire's out of control, then the property owner, manager, or whomever owns that building save a lot more money from rebuilding the whole entire wing or fixing a few walls with some patch and paint. It's a big difference.